If you look straight ahead of you, ladies and gents, you'll see Access Episode 51, which has got all this inside. We're in Montreal for the latest on Far Cry 3, and we get friendly with the latest news in our PlayStation briefing. But first, get ready to snub those handshakes and pretend you're injured. Football's back in our Game of the Week, FIFA 13.
So you've seen all the trailers with their fancy camera angles, fashionable slow-mo, and those little whooshy sound effects that make absolutely anything at all seem really bloody exciting. And now FIFA 13 is finally here, unless of course you're watching this before September the 28th, in which case it'll be finally here in a couple of days' time.
EA Sports all-conquering footy franchise is crammed with new stuff this year as well.
Stuff like attacking intelligence, which enables players to analyse space and curve their runs, thereby pulling defenders out of position. Stuff like tactical free kicks that allow you to put 3 players around a set play, utilise dummy runs. Oh God. Sorry, I know all you really want to know is if FIFA 13 is better than FIFA 12, right? Like, can you finally score with headers this year?
What a goal! And it's in!
Yes. Have they made the tackling not rubbish this year? Yes. And have they finally fixed those stodgy menus? No, but then who actually cares about that?
Especially when on the pitch, FIFA 13 is the series' most authentic, polished and downright brilliant version yet.
So the dribbling's more accurate, the passing's weightier, the physics are ever more lifelike, but it's the little things, like players kicking the ball to their teammates to take quick free kicks, managers prowling their dugouts, Jeff Shreve's insightful touchline reports that really bring the game to life.
He landed really heavily on his shoulder then. You can see the discomfort he's in, but he's a tough guy. I think he'll carry on.
Thanks, Jeff. God, it's like I'm there.
And if, like me, you waste most of your FIFA playtime banging home 30-yarders in the practice arena, you can now invest all that time into the all-new skill games, which are basically like a series of training tests where you can hone your shooting, your free kicks, your passing, all in exchange for points and an unhealthy addiction to red ring circular targets.
You can now earn an international call-up in career mode as well, so if virtual me bangs in loads of goals for virtual Crystal Palace,
I'll get shipped out on loan to Bradford. Post-match interviews in front of the bedroom mirror are optional.
Yeah, obviously I was happy to score. It was great to score a goal, but the main thing is we got the 3 points today. The lads played really well. We dug in for each other. You know, we got the win. You know, we're not going to get ahead of ourselves. You know, we've got a long season ahead of us. We're just going to take it a game at a time and see where we are at the end of the season. But yeah, I definitely recommend that people pick up FIFA 13 when it comes out on September the 28th. Yeah. Cheers. Thanks.
Beaming back info from Planet News now, it's your PlayStation briefing. With the battle for PS3 supremacy inching ever closer in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, we thought we'd let you lot have your say in a prelim round that's all about posing for cover photos. So who do you think should be Battle Royale's cover star? Smugly handsome Mr. Drake? Hip 2D mutt Parappa the Rapper? Or maybe you'd prefer Bioshock's Big Daddy with his kind metal face and lovable drill for a hand. Head to facebook.com/PlayStation Access and hit like to vote for your favourite. No, we said hit like, not Mike. Oh, Agent 47, can't you just take up gardening or something? No. We suppose it's a good thing, really, otherwise Hitman Absolution might have ended up being about pruning Budliers rather than the faces of these unfortunate chaps. This latest chunk of gameplay showcases Agent 47's sizeable weapon wardrobe and proves that video games don't always have to be about guns. As long as there's a thing of petrol handy. Now, we're loyal types here at Access. For instance, I've used the same hairdresser since I was 12 years old. Oh, shiny new PS3! Get out, really old model from 2009. Yes, this is the brand new PS3 Slim, unveiled at last week's Tokyo Game Show and packing a massive 500GB hard drive. I know, where does it put it all? You can get your hands on the brand new PS3 Slim on September the 28th, and if you head to Game, you can bag this sexy bundle that also includes FIFA 13. Also out this Friday is Ubisoft's Rocksmith, the game that lets you stick virtually any electronic guitar into your PS3 and then jam away to a playlist of bona fide rock classics. Plus, unlike that other guitar game, Rocksmith comes with the potential to get good at actual music, although you'll never get better than our Dave. That's briefing done for now. We'll hit you with more news next week. Hi, this is a digital shop for download people. We'll have no discs here. Yeah, this is your roundup from On the Store. Move over first-person shooters, RPGs and football, the urban animal survival genre is where it's at. Or at least it's where Tokyo Jungle is at, a cracker's new title from Studio Japan that sees the neon-lit capital go all Jumanji, mercifully minus Robin Williams in a leafy toga. You can play as anything from the animal kingdom, from lions and leopards to elephants and pigs. It's all about munching your way up the food chain by killing as many critters as possible. And that. A little more mainstream, in a let's whiz down a mountain at silly miles per hour kind of way, is SSX, which is available to download from the store today. This trick-happy reboot of EA's monster snowboarding franchise is bristling with awesome, from the infectious soundtrack to the glowing orange bits that let you know when you're being brilliant. And nailing a trick combo is as innately satisfying as peeling dried glue off your fingers. Or unearthing a mega bargain on PlayStation Plus, like the wonderful Machinarium, which you can now download at no extra cost to your subscription. This pencil-drawn point-and-click marvel is full of charm, originality and robots, 3 of our favourite things actually, and is a must for gamers tired of all the guns, beards and sadness, also 3 of our favourite things. That's it from the store for this week. We'll be back with another roundup next time. Welcome to Boston, city of tea-ditching, seat of revolutionary sentiment and now star of Assassin's Creed 3. As the staging ground for the independence movement, Boston is one of the few places in America to include history, which made it a logical location for the tree-skipping, happy-axing adventures of new hero Connor.
We have a document back at Ubisoft that lists all kinds of possible settings and time periods. This was just one of many, but it really seemed like a natural fit and a natural trajectory for where the narrative is going.
Every time that we're coming to Boston, it's always the same feeling of, wow, this really is something. You know, yesterday we were looking at a whole state house and say, is this jumpable? Is this something we can, you know, just put a hail bale and it's going to be fine. And so, you know, it's a good feeling.
Like, actual Boston is very different than Boston was in colonial time. Of course, you still have streets and landmarks that are here today, but Boston now is almost flat. But when you look at the topography of it, it's just without the skyscrapers, it's just like, it's really hilly and it's really nice.
People have one view of the way American history, you know, occurred and evolved, and for us to say, well, I mean, some of that's true, but then there's a sort of other sides of things, and being able to provide people with multiple perspectives and multiple angles, and it's why Connor as a protagonist was so exciting, because he's an outsider coming into this mess, and so he gets to see all the different sides of the conflict.
Thanks to all at Ubisoft, and thanks to Boston for making us feel ever so slightly unwelcome in an anti-imperialist kind of way. While we were sitting at home the other day doing cross-stitch and watching daytime TV, we suddenly thought to ourselves, I wonder what's happening with Far Cry 3 at the moment. So we ditched the needle and the remote and hopped on a plane to Ubisoft Montreal to find out.
The thing for us was to make sure that it was beautiful, that it was exotic, that it was enticing, but it was also savage and deadly, right?
You have this kind of like extremely beautiful, extremely enticing world, but that at any moment can just like totally turn around and tear your throat out. We want to have the highs and lows, the peaks and troughs of like a more traditional linear narrative experience, but at the same time we want this kind of genuinely open sandbox experience where you can get out into the world and you can really just let yourself loose.
It's not unlike the first day of school. You go to the first day of school, you feel small. You don't know anybody. They don't know you. 2 weeks later, you own the school. You're running it, and it wasn't that big a deal. We want that feeling of those little life lessons all the way through, whether it's vehicles, whether it's weapons, whether it's animals, outposts, anything you do. but you can own it and you can become the king.
Yeah, we want players to feel like that they are making a progression through the game world, that they're advancing themselves at the same time that Jason is advancing himself through the game narrative.
You think about this game like it could almost happen around a dinner table, where the emotions are real. You have these emotions in your family. There's jealousy, there's rage, and there's deep love. There's all kinds of those emotions that we want the player to have. But also, we want them to be able to go out and just shoot stuff if they want. They want to be able to have fun. And so balancing those has been a real trick, but we are immensely proud of what we got.
The thing that I'm most proud about is the life in the world, the way that the systems just come together, to combine together to make this world feel alive.
And you just sit there and you look at the expanse of it all and you realize it's alive and it's your playground and you can just go and do what you want. It's far great.
Thanks to everyone at Ubisoft. We'll do you a nice flowery one of Vast to celebrate. If you head to the PlayStation Video Store this week, you'll probably notice a small film on there with Robert Downey Jr., Scarlett Johansson, Chris Hemsworth, and some other people dressed in tight costumes, to which we say, check out this lot instead. Banana Hat Man!
I'm 6 of your 5 a day.
Oboe you don't!
It's a clarinet!
Slam Monk! Robot!
Pull in the rope.
Dave!
Right.
Together they are the Access Avengers! Yeah, alright, the Marvel ones are probably a bit better. Download the Avengers from the video store to find out. See you next week!